Good morning, y'all. This morning I am going to do a little bit of talk about how I get ready for the fall planting season. I'm going to start with seed starting because that is the, most motivating part of gardening is ordering a bunch of seeds, picking up seeds wherever you stop off to buy plants, and getting them started and watching them grow, and then eventually being able to put them in the ground and watch them become this magnificent plant that you always wonder, how did this thing come from that tiny little seed? So I'm going to talk about my seed starting process, more so about the products that I'm using. Now, in the past, I always went with the old standard pick it up from the big box store 72 count seed tray. And I'm moving away from these this year because they are a little bit hard to work with for me. These trays do separate. There is a seam in the middle that you can separate them. But what I find is that they're a little bit too hard to get the seedlings out without damaging the root system. So I don't typically separate mine because I'll plant similar things in each tray and just keep them all together so I don't get confused. But it's hard to get them out because this plastic is not very forgiving when it's time to push those seedlings out. And you don't really want to damage your seedlings' roots because you'll either lose them or set them way back. So I'm moving away from these this year. Bye-bye. Not using these anymore. And I'm trying the Burpee, what's it called? Let's see, let me get the name right. They are Burpee Super Seed Pop Out Seed Starting Trays. So these I'm ordering from Amazon, and I'm going to show you. I've got 3 sizes. There's an 8-cell tray, and it comes with a water reservoir for watering from the bottom and for catching the excess water without making any damage so that you can pour it off and not drown your seedlings. But what I'm liking about these is that they have a silicone bottom, and you just push that silicone bottom to pop the seedling out, and it'll push the entire soil block out of the tray without too much damage to the roots. I'm sure something will be a little bit too wet or a little bit too dry and it won't pop out in one piece, but this is going to be pretty helpful. So these I get on Amazon, and I'm going to link the store below where I get them. I got 4 of these, 4 of that size. I also got the 16 cell tray, and I like their color coded. The colors are fun. But to be able to pop my seedlings out of here without too much damage, and if I only need to get one, say it's in the middle, I just come in and I pop out that one in the middle, and I don't have to damage all the rest of them trying to get my seedlings out. So each one of these comes with a tray to catch the water. And I also got the 36 cell tray. Bright, pretty colors. The silicone seems to be pretty sturdy. And it is food grade plastic and silicone, so you're not worried about anything toxic going on with your seedlings. Next thing I'm upgrading this year is I usually am a very, very messy seed starter. I don't think about where the soil is going. I don't really care because I come in with a hose and I just blast it off. And I usually do this on my lanai. So the floor is usually covered in some kind of soil and leaves and plant parts. And I just come in, I sweep up the most of it, and then I get the hose out and I hose it all down, and I don't think about it anymore. But this year I'm going to try to be a little bit better. And I got this collapsible fold up seating mat, tray, whatever. Also got this from Amazon. And this one actually, in some of my gardeners that I watch on YouTube, I did notice a similar mat like this. Let me move my water. And what I like about this mat is that it's really big and you can unfold the entire thing. Let's see if I can make enough space to do it. You can unfold the entire thing, store it when you're not using it, and to create a tray, it's got these snaps on each corner. So these snaps on each corner, and it just holds the entire thing up to catch your soil. So you just bring in your seed tray, grab your soil, pour your soil in, spread it all around, and it catches all of it. Clean table, perfect. I love it. So, not ready to start seeds. We'll just use it as a demonstration. So then when you're done, you've got this perfect little tray that contains any of your leftover soil. You can easily scoop it up, put it back in the bag, fold this thing up, save it till the next time you're ready to do some more seeds. So that is what I'm definitely looking forward to using this year. Soil's back in the bag. You can wipe this thing off. You can close it off. It's a good plastic. Very simple. And just fold it back up. Done. The next thing that I have to get on hand is soil. If you're going to be starting seeds, you need to have a good seed starting mix. Now, if you are starting in the ground, of course, you just want to prep your ground with a good quality compost or whatever you're using. If your soil is good enough, you don't have to do that. Go ahead and put your soil down, get it prepped, loosen it up so that your seedlings don't have to fight to get their roots through the soil. If you're starting in pots, a good quality potting mix is all that you need. And it's essentially direct seeding in your pot, because you won't be moving those guys around. Make sure you use a good quality potting soil so that you're not coming in and having to feed your seedlings 15 times, in the growing season just to keep them going. As far as starting in seed trays, you can pretty much use anything that you have on hand, anything that you want to use. But I'm going to tell you from experience, the best thing is a good quality seed starting mix. I have tried the Dollar Tree seed mixes. Yes, your seedlings will come up. They will get started. But I find that it's not the best mix. I'm not really sure what it is that they use in those mixes at the Dollar Tree, and like Dollar General and Family Dollar. But if it's what you have in your budget, go ahead and use it. As you garden longer, you'll want to upgrade some of your things. Just from experience, you'll see that, you know, it worked, but I need to up my game a little bit. So go ahead and invest a little bit more money into your seed starting mix. In the past, I have used the Jiffy seed starting mix, which is an organic mix. It is certified. These typically run about somewhere, depending on where you are, between $5 and $10 for the 12-quart bag. It works. It's good. I've used it for a long time. But this year I am moving in a little bit different direction. I'm spending a little bit more on my seed starting this year just to see how much difference I can notice. Now, I have pretty much switched my potting soil and my compost to Espoma products. I typically only use Espoma fertilizers. So maybe I'll become all Espoma girl. I don't know. We're going to try it out. But this year, I'm going with the Espoma organic seed starter. Now, this mix, I have opened up another bag of it just to kind of get a feel of it. It's very soft and lofty. I think my seedlings will be happy in there. It seems to hold moisture pretty nicely. The Jiffy holds moisture well also, but when you open the bag, you'll feel that it's a little bit sandy feeling in your hand. So I'm hoping that with the Espoma, I'm not having to water my seedlings quite as much. We're going to see. I'm going to be starting some seeds later on today. A couple are going to be direct seeded into my raised bed. And I'm going to start a couple of pockets of my green stalk vertical garden also with some beans, because my bean harvest got cut short this year. I had my son helping to harvest some beans, and he trampled the entire raised bed of beans, and I didn't get any more out of those. And then I had some disease, some virus went through my beans and pretty much wiped out most of the plants that I had growing in my green stalk. So I'm going to start all over again. It is just about mid-August. Today is the 11th? 10th. The 10th, I think. So we're just about there. I typically don't start my seeds until mid-September, but I'm trying something a little bit different this year. I'm going to get a couple of them started, and then September 15th is when it's going to be my big seed starting day. I'm going to pull out all the trays and get them going. I will start a few trays today just so that I can have a jump start on what's going to go into the green stalk for September 15th. But wish me luck. I don't know how it's going to work out. I'm hoping that it's good. Looking for a good gardening season this year. This past year was quite a struggle. And through the summer, I'm just fighting so many weeds. So it hasn't been very pleasant. But I still love it. I'm going to keep going. I'm not going to stop. Till next video, guys. Thanks for watching, and I will see you soon.